Hi, everybody. How are you? We've got firefighters. We've got Dr. Ken. We've got so much going on here. Okay, I'm just setting up all our cameras now. We should be coming up on Facebook. Okay, check that picture.
There we go.
That looks pretty good. All right, let's just go over here. That's you guys. Oh, look at that. Okay. Yeah, real nice. Oh, right. We're gonna.
Yeah, John and Brian, if you don't have to, because obviously I think you're on their phones, but the Facebook page for Connections is where we're broadcasting live at right now.
I've got everything turned up, but I can barely hear you.
I'm sorry, you have headphones?
No, I'm on my phone. I just stepped out of a meeting.
Well, thank you for that.
Turn your phone 90 degrees. That'll give us a better picture.
Yeah, John, you could do this.
Yeah, I was in a DLBA meeting, Downtown Leesburg Business Association.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's see what we got here. Actually, that's working out pretty well. So, hi guys, how are you? Welcome to the show. Whoever is watching right now on whatever platform, social media, if it's still existing. My Parlor account doesn't seem to be working.
Gee, I wonder why.
Oh well.
It'll come back.
Yeah, I'm not going to set up on another
temporary,
one.
you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So tonight we're going to talk about altruism.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Huh? What's that?
It's a altruism. It's a
I don't know what that means.
four-syllable word that means give.
Oh,
Without
wow.
receiving.
That's fancy.
Give.
I went to Lake County School, so
You did
that
go to
wasn't
Lake County.
part of the requirement
I
to pass.
understand. That's our girl over there. Okay, that camera looks different. All right. Oh, look at that crime.
What?
John still can't hear us. He's in a funk. And
I barely can hear you guys.
Okay, turn your camera 90 degrees.
Still trying to get him.
No, turn it sideways.
Oh, you don't need to see me?
No, you need to turn it sideways. Turn it so it's laying perpendicular.
We did the show.
Oh, like this.
No.
Yes, put your face in it.
Yeah, put your...
Oh, like this. I don't know. I can't make it.
Live
No, it
from the
looks bad.
Connections Studio
They're
Suites.
firefighters, right?
It's Connections.
At least they're not
Connections
coasties.
is relationship radio.
Okay. Hey guys, wow, we started the show before we started the show today. Huh?
I am literally peeing my pants
Don't-
right now.
don't-
It's got-
no.
Rotate it to landscape.
Oh, landscape.
There we go.
Like this.
There you go.
There you
go.
go. Look at that.
All right, Liz, you do me a favor.
Yes.
That's hi guys, everyone. We've got firefighters in the house, so to speak.
Yes.
What the heck?
Oh my gosh, this is hysterical. Okay, so we have brought our special guest on, Brian and John, and they are going to be talking about the 8th annual barbecue and chili cook-off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I know that John sponsored a special needs team, and here at Connections, we have relatives who are special needs. So this is just amazing. So, Brian, you are in charge of the event, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Would you mind telling us a little bit about it, how it started?
Sure. We started, like I said, about 8 years ago, and it was a fundraiser for the Firefighters charity. And we used the funds to help local community as well as to help firefighters when a catastrophe happens. And it's just grown over the years. In the last couple of years, actually last year, we started a special needs competition cook as well as a youth competition cook, just to kind of reach out more to our community.
Nice. And how many years has this been going on again?
8 years.
Oh, wow.
And the extra cooks, the special cooks, this is our second year with the special needs and the youth competition.
So how do you do for the special needs? So do you have like maybe a team captain that kind of helps, and are people given jobs? How does that work?
What we do is we actually reach out to one of our special needs coordinators in the community, and she helps with reaching out to the families. And then all the families can decide who wants to compete. And we'll let 12 kids, so there's 3 on each team, and they will compete for, each team will win either best aroma, best looking as far as presentation, most creative, and best teamwork. So each team wins a different category.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing. Now, John, have you been a part of this whole time, or is this
Well,
like?
actually, I was a judge last year, and and we've been in the competition, in the chili competition, a couple times over the years. But it was kind of amazing. I thought it was a great idea because I work with autism, and we have an event we call Bikes and Barbecue for Autism,
Right.
and we raise money for local organizations. So I'm pretty familiar with the autism community here in Lake County. So last year, I kind of went over to the tent and I watched, and it was just absolutely amazing to watch these young adults and how much pride they took in what they were doing, and just really enjoying what they were doing. So when the opportunity came, when Brian was looking for a sponsor, I wanted to jump on that right away. And I thought, we make pizzas. That's what Great Chicago Fire does. And when we raise money through a Bikes and Barbecue for Autism, and we just thought it was the perfect combination.
Now, John, when is are you going to be able to have that event this year also?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Are you going to be able to have that event again this year? Your event.
Oh, Bikes and Barbecue for Autism? Yes. Actually, I dropped this. April 3rd. We are doing it April 3rd. It's a partnership with Gator Harley, just like with the Brian's event. Mm-hmm. They're amazing people, really strong in the community. This will be the fourth year for Bikes and Barbecue. Even last year with COVID and everything, we still managed to raise almost $4,000. So.
Sweet. All right. Well, we definitely would like to have you back on for that as we get closer, for sure.
So where do we go for information about the upcoming barbecue and chili fest that benefits the Lake County firefighters?
You can go to barbecueandchilicompetition.com, and everything's right there, from if you want to register or you want to come out, you want to buy tickets, you want to find out about the special needs cook, the youth cook. We have a wing competition this year, sauce competition, and then of course the barbecue and the chili.
Wow, have you ever had anybody cheat, come in with something store-bought? I'm just wondering, asking for a friend. Asking for a friend.
No. We make them. We do a meat inspection, so we have to see the meat before it's cooked. So we inspect everything. It's a really good event. And
I've always wanted to ask that. Because I've always wanted to ask that. The madcap caper on the comedy. The
like cans of Hormel in the back. They're just dumping into a
the
pot.
Sitcom. They're like, oh no, mom's cake has fallen. Just get one from the store. No one, it wins, yay!
No, the people are really good. They all cook on site. They actually start cooking the barbecue on Friday.
Oh.
So the event starts Friday. The special needs competition is Friday night at 5:00, and we have a special. We've got something special for the kids this year, which we haven't told them yet. But we have a helicopter coming in from Air Care.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they're going to get to see a medical helicopter, and that's just. Kind of up close. So it's gonna be pretty cool.
So I'm gonna be a little selfish here and just ask real quick: do you have the connections to that medical helicopter to come to your event? Because if so, I need to talk to you about an event I have at the county.
We have connections,
okay.
but
I'll privately talk to you about that. I'll talk to you later about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Air
Care is Orlando Health, and they're a sponsor of the event as well.
Nice.
And they thought it'd be pretty cool. They're actually competing with the chili again this year. They did really well last year.
Really?
And so they'll be there Friday and Saturday.
And how many?
If you want to come talk to them.
Okay. Now, how many teams do you have again lined up?
We've got 42 teams right now between barbecue and chili. So we are maxed out on barbecue teams. And we got
42?
teams coming from as far as Alabama and Georgia coming to compete.
Y'all better bring your appetites to this thing.
That's a lot of
make sure you have the helicopter pad far enough away from the tents. Otherwise, it could get a little messy, right?
Downwind.
Yeah.
All right. Anything in particular, guys, that you need to get out there before we let you loose back into the world in Lake County?
John, go ahead.
I just want people to come out. I think you'll absolutely be amazed to watch these young adults and how they handle this and what a job they do and how much pride they take in what they're putting in the food they're producing. And it's heartwarming. You got to just come see it Friday night. You will be absolutely amazed. But definitely come Friday and come Saturday too.
Right. Come back. Definitely.
And where is the event being held?
It's at Gator Harley, which is 1745 U.S. Highway 441 in Leesburg. And the event starts 5 o'clock Friday night, runs 5 to 9 Friday night. There's also a cornhole competition Friday night as well. We've got live music Friday night. They've got bands all day Saturday. It is good to get early because people do run out of chili. The chili tasting starts at noon. Barbecue starts tasting at 2, but they run out because we have a ton of people coming through there. So we encourage people to get there early.
Fantastic.
All right.
And this very great information. Hey, Ken, did you have something you want to say?
I'm thrilled.
Yeah,
I might be out there both days.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I love me some chili too.
Yeah.
Well,
guys, thank you so much for joining us today and for helping.
I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, I just think this is a wonderful celebration and event, and I'm looking forward to it. I
Yes.
really
Yeah,
am.
fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
Lake County Firefighter. I messed it up. I couldn't get that.
It's the eighth annual barbecue chili competition.
Okay, and you can find them on Facebook. I found them very
Oh, yeah.
easily on Facebook, and the website to go to is the one I was looking for. That was what I was looking for. I can't find
Do you
it.
have the website?
Yeah, I can't see.
BarbecueandChiliCompetition.com.
Barbecue and
So
chili
easy.
competition.com.
That's so easy.
I know. Hey guys, are you really firefighters?
Really?
Really?
I am.
For real? How long have you been fighting fires?
I've been doing it for about a little over 15 years.
Wow.
I'll be in my 23rd year next month.
Oh
Got
my
me beat,
goodness.
Brian.
Wow.
Well, it's good. You know that these guys can run into a house and save people and save fur babies, but they can't work a camera on their phone.
Yeah, I just wanted to know. So you guys you've managed to manipulate the video and the audio. You did quite well. We're looking forward to the chili and barbecue, and thank you so much for what you guys do on a daily basis.
Appreciate
Definitely
it.
heroes.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
You guys have a great evening.
Oh, you do well.
We'll see you at the barbecue and chili
In a few days,
fest.
Brian.
You got it, man. Take care. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about altruism. By definition, giving without expecting anything in return. This is Connections.
Connections is Relationship Radio.
What?
You!
What?
Hey now,
Doesn't matter.
baby.
We've talked through all
Let's
of
keep
it already.
it real here.
Idle hands spend time at the genitals. And you know how much God hates that.
We fought a whole war with England over that.
What'd I do? Touch my genitals? What? What are you
Are we
talking?
talking to genitals now?
No, we're talking about altruism.
You mentioned genitals and you bend over the table.
Look, I had to make some I had to move some stuff around because we have firefighters.
It was definitely moving.
We had firefighters in the house.
That
and
was awesome.
It was funny when he dropped
Yeah.
his phone.
Yeah.
Too. Look at that. I got
Yeah.
my email up there. There we go. There we go. There's a camera. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, I've just the whole thing's all dropped out. But in order to be altruistic, this is what happens. Hey, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Connections. Melissa Fox, Dr. Ken Vihek, and, of course, our own hashtag Lizzie said, I'm working.
That's it. I'm working, boy. That's right. I got called back to my theme park to work.
Back
Hey, there you go.
work. So, yeah, there's Dr. Ken,
Yep.
and we're looking at the inside of my eyelids. Ha, dogs allowed. Wait. Are dogs allowed at the Chilifest?
Probably not. I would say to be safe, don't, because
Yeah.
there's food, and there's already a COVID situation as it is.
It's
So
outdoors, though. I mean,
Yeah, it is outdoors.
I would think. You know.
Yeah, it's a good question. Well, great
Go to
question.
the website.
Don't have an answer for you, but it's a really good question, though. So go to the website. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
I would.
Yeah, you can message them too.
I'm pretty certain I had the website listed in the title of the show when I put it up on the. I
think you're right.
I thought so. Wait, there's
I'll share
Lizzie.
it. I'll share it.
Okay, there's me. There's Dr. Ken. He's a little out there. He is. Oh, he's so sweet. Yeah. So, okay, let's get back to this altruistic stuff.
What are we doing?
All right, what's it mean, Dr. Ken?
Altruism is the art of giving something away that has a good value to it without expecting anything in return. You're not looking for rewards. You're not looking for accolades. You're not even looking to try to buy your way into heaven. You just wanted to do something to do it.
Oh,
Really? Now,
Yep.
how often does that actually happen?
It truly happen,
Mm-hmm.
very rare.
Okay.
But with well-intentioned purposes in the beginning, quite often. But then people find out that they actually do get something, whether they were expecting it or not, even just a little award or a mention in the paper or something like that. I'm not saying that they do it just to get those things, but, it eventually happens. So then they go, "Ooh, I like that." And it continues to do it again and again, and they get more and more accolades or whatever. But no, the initial thought about doing something for somebody just because, if you've ever gone through a toll booth and paid for somebody behind you,
Yes.
okay?
So that's a pay it forward, isn't
Not
it?
really. No, it's just something you're doing because you want to.
Okay.
Because the person in the behind you is probably not going to chase you down and give you your money.
Correct.
So
No, I zoom off. I go really fast and try to
Yeah.
get away from them because I'm like,
Do
don't
not
acknowledge.
catch up
Yeah,
with me.
don't acknowledge that I'm breathing. Please go away.
But then there's an argument that can be made. Well, it made you feel better, so therefore you got something out of it.
No.
There are all kinds of ways to go along the scale with that. But
Yeah.
just as long as you're doing it with the right intention, that you don't really expect anything back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what altruism is about.
So, I mean, it was a good example. I like the pay the toll, but it's so small.
Yeah.
Big examples, maybe. I've
We
seen.
had two of them.
Yeah, I was
Go ahead.
going to say, go ahead. I saw two recently.
Oh, okay, give me yours, and I'll give you some ancient history ones.
All right. Well, one, I know there was the guy that's been working really hard all through COVID and taking the bus and walking, and all of a sudden workers got together and they bought him a car.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a perfect example of that. And
Yeah.
this guy never expected, never asked for it, didn't necessarily, want anyone to help him out. Was just happy trucking every day, doing what he did, and they gifted this upon him to help him out. So that would be the pure definition.
Yeah, that would be like it. Yeah, that would fit in there. Except when he got a ticket for driving without a license. But anyway,
That is over here.
Minute.
That's
Minute.
okay. But if you want to talk about big things,
Okay.
let's go back to the 1900s when you had Andrew Carnegie, who told any city in America, "I will give you a library, any township. If you want a library, I will pay for a library." And anyone, and I forget how many thousands he did, but he was in a competition though with Rockefeller to see how much money they could give away.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so it started off with
So then it became
it
some
became
sort of
a competition
peeing
after a while
competition
because
between
Rockefeller was
philanthropists.
doing certain things with his employees, and then Carnegie said, "You know what? I can do this too," and it became known as the Great Giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
And so they got press and they got accolades for that, but it didn't originally start out that way.
Okay.
Carnegie was just doing this because that's the way he was. He made so many what they called Pittsburgh millionaires back in that time, because that's where his steel factories were. That he would just, when they retired, he'd give them, their severance pay or their retirement pay, and then he'd give them an envelope. And there could be any amount in that envelope.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Rockefeller heard about that, and he said, "Well, I can't be outdone." So he started doing the same thing, So it snowballed into something where they began to get accolades for it. But it all started off being altruistic.
On a good
I'm
note.
trying to work for Rockefeller if he's
Right.
going to be handing out things in cash.
Trying to
Well-
be getting a job like that. So earlier today, I actually interviewed. I don't know if you're familiar with Barstool Sports.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they are
He's
doing.
he's a good CEO.
Yeah, Portnoy.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He's got something called the Barstool Fund,
Mhm.
where people are donating money to help small businesses stay afloat, and that money that has to go to the employees and to the specific, day-to-day operations.
Mhm.
But instead of relying on the government and whatever handout that way, they come to civil programs and talking about, just keeping it afloat without having to go to the big guys and going, "Oh, help me." And I see that a little bit as altruism as well, where, but I still thought that, by the way, just as, as an acknowledgement, Barstool Fund, if you get a chance, check them out. It's a 30-day program that they do.
Yeah.
And they help out a lot of folks. But true altruism.
Yes.
What's the derivative of that?
I mean, well, like what the barbecue people are doing. This is a perfect example. They started this 8 years ago, and it's built into something that all of a sudden, they started off with, "Hey, we saw a need, we're going to fill a need."
Right.
Okay. Now it's turned into this, "Oh, wow, look how much we can make off of this and how much more we can do with this.
Right.
And so now they're trying to make it grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And as a result, they're getting notoriety. They're getting, known.
But they're also helping out
Yes.
these, intentionally, not by accident. It's not just, look what happened. We helped these children and adults with autism.
Right.
But that's the benefit, right?
It's a benefit. And they're getting known, and they're getting identified as a good charity to donate to.
Yes.
Okay. So, and some people will say, well, that's in some way, shape, or form a reward, and they get nitpicky with it.
See,
okay.
Well, that's my question I was going to ask you tonight is how do you, as somebody who does something that's good for other people, you're not the type of, like, say you're the type of person that does something just out of generosity and you're just doing it because you felt like maybe God told you to do it and you just do it. But then how do you keep from people viewing it, oh, well, she's only doing this because of, a pat on the back or this and that. I mean, how do you get away from that and not fall into that?
You can't. Because people are going to believe whatever it is they want to believe.
Okay.
True.
Okay. So you don't do it for those people. You just continue to do what you do, and let them speculate as to why.
Right.
Right. Where it becomes invasive is when they start to, maybe put out bad things about you. Well, they're just, like you said, well, they're just doing this for this reason. And then maybe they put that on social media, and then all of a sudden it starts to grow, and now you have negative.
Oh, no, we don't want that.
And so, yeah, it gets a little tricky in there. But, you could start off with the best intentions. And then, somebody who comes up and maybe has a bone to pick with you and says, oh, well, they're just trying to get this or try to get that.
Yeah, you're just being selfish.
Yeah.
You're just coding
You're
it.
just doing this because, you want to get, whatever it is.
So if I see Lizzie is hungry,
Uh-huh.
and I have a sandwich, and
Yeah.
I'm hungry, but I give it to Lizzie so she can eat, and I walk away hungry, is that altruistic?
No.
I'm going to go eat my sandwich.
Why don't you give her half a sandwich and you both get half?
Socialist. All right. It's Connections. We'll be right back.
We will be after the 20th.
This is Connections.
We'll still need to verify his identity with a DNA sample.
Got a hot steaming batch right here.
How sickening can you get?
This were the Army, I'd have you shot at sunrise.
I bet you tell that to all the boys. I mean girls.
You're listening to Connections, Relationship Radio.
Wow. Welcome back to Connection Show, Linda Nunez Productions. Woo! Okay, so we're talking about altruism. Altru. Now, in Italian, altru, it's like an altar. It's not necessarily who you are. It's behavior that you put on, like an alter ego.
Well, then that's being fake.
By definition, it's just another side of you. Okay. So, but it's a behavior anyway. So it's not really being fake. It's something that.
What? Wait, I'm confused now.
Are you? Okay.
I don't understand what you're saying. Like I get that you're just doing stuff just to do it. Is that what you're saying? What are you saying?
No, I'm saying that the Italian word, the derivative of altruism, stands for having an alternate or another personality.
Or purpose.
Or purpose, exactly. Something alter behavior.
But isn't doing something like that come from the heart? Like, I don't understand. And
sometimes.
Okay, like this. Okay, like I can be really nice and do this, this, and this, and then I can be the big B word.
Well, yes, we've seen this.
Like, I bring up old stuff.
Why?
But, so does that discredit me doing good things? Is that what you're saying?
Are we tabulating? Are we counting?
But I'm not counting. But that's what I'm asking.
What I'm saying is that sometimes altruism has to do with being two-faced.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I got you.
An
All right.
alter ego or an what is the word I'm looking for? It's not ultimatum. The other word. You have other reasons for doing things.
An
Ulterior
ultimatum.
motives.
There it is. Ulterior. It's the word I'm looking for. The UL, ulterior, and you see an altruism. It's all part of the same the words. I like derivatives, people, and I cannot lie. I'll be all right, thank you. So, is it good to be altruistic, Doctor?
It is to a point. I mean, you can't do it all the time.
Okay.
But it is to a point to be able to give, like the organization that Skip and I belong to, the Shriners.
Hi, Skip.
We do everything for the kids. We don't take salaries for and we don't touch any of the money we collect. It all goes to the hospitals.
It's good for us, though, right? Altruism.
It is. Like we've got our paper crusade that we do, which is going to be altered a little bit because people are afraid of receiving papers during COVID. But anyway, we stand out there. We pass out little notes on what we do. We wear our fezzes and we collect money for the hospitals.
It's a little.
I love it.
Yeah, it's a
My
habit.
dad used to be a
But we
Shriner,
stand out there for a couple of days. We'll stand on street corners or in front of the supermarkets or wherever they let us collect. And none of us get anything for that other than a sense of satisfaction knowing that these kids are going to get all the services they need and they will never ever be charged for it.
Okay, so that is the definition of altruism in my book is putting something out there, doing it selflessly for the benefit of others, without ever expecting a thank you, a pat on the back, an accolade, a write-up in the paper.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where we're at. Now, Lizzie, you implied that you thought it might be the synonym of selflessness. There we go.
Yeah.
Not being selfish, but selfless. And it does have to. I mean, the opposite of this, the whole word is kind of egoism. All right, if you look at the altruism and the other side of it, the negative side. Okay, the positive side obviously is helping people out. The negative side kind of becomes ego. If you're thinking about giving stuff to people, and you do want to benefit, that's where your ego gets stroked.
Oh, okay.
So the other side on that. But pure altruism, does it actually exist? Is there a case?
There's a couple of them, but they get bogged down in retrospect. Okay, the person may start off at the time going, "Hey, this is all I want to do, and that's it." But then, because of what happens out of the way it grows, they get all these awards, and they're saying, "Oh, that's probably why they did it." It's like Danny Thomas, who was also a Shriner, who started St. Jude Hospitals.
Right.
Okay, he was already a big celebrity when he did it, and then when he started the hospitals, it was able to use his celebrityism to build the hospitals and have that hospital grow. Okay, now they have the one hospital for cancer, and that's what they do with it. But as a result, he got tied synonymously with St. Jude Hospital. The same way Jerry Lewis got tied with his telethons and muscular dystrophy. Okay, so not only did he get known for being an actor or a comedian, like Danny Thomas was with an actor, but they also get tied now intrinsically to this charity.
All right.
And as the charity does well, then they do well, and they reap the benefits. And one hand washes the other; it goes back and forth, and that's the perception. Okay. I'm not saying that's the truism of it, but that's the perception that they both. Jerry Lewis's career should have been over 30 years ago if it wasn't for the telethons.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's the type I'm trying to get to. Okay?
Linda's watching us on our Facebook Live feed. She says, we used to hold community projects to raise money for certain charities. Nothing for us out of it, just for the charity. Does that count?
Yeah, it counts.
Yeah, most definitely. Not like when we went around with the UNICEF box and kept all the dimes.
Yeah, I never did that.
No, nobody ever did that.
No.
Never.
Kept all the dimes.
All right. So is being a giving person or being altruistic, is that part of your human nature, or is it something that has to be learned?
Well, I actually believe it's an intrinsic part of our human nature. Some people have chosen to ignore it, but I mean, how can you drive past somebody who is truly a homeless individual and not feel something? Or you see the mother with the baby, trying to make it through the day. And it's like, even if you walk by him on the park bench and she's sitting there, with all this stuff going on, and you feel compelled to want to do something.
Okay, so if you're not, then you're stone cold B, huh?
Yeah, you could be.
I see. All right. Okay. But see, then what about like the time when you're driving down the road and you see the homeless, I'm using the air quotes, the homeless person who's got the pressed shirt, the nice $300 glasses, tan, but in all the right spots. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just know.
I'm going to defer to the authorities on this one. And there's a police officer actually who has a blog that he puts up about the people that are holding up the cardboard signs. And he said that he was showing where it was instant karma. And they watched this guy walk off the street corner, go around the building, get into his car, pull out, and then get into an accident.
Oops.
And he was driving a 4-door Mercedes.
Yeah.
And in the back seat was his cardboard sign saying, "Please help."
Mm-hmm.
You know? Yeah. So he always says, don't give it to the people on street corners, because if they can walk the street corner, they can work.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous.
Well,
And they're splitting the street corners now. Did you see the one down here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They got one on each end of it.
On each end, yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like, okay.
they drop them off in a van.
Yeah, they do.
I know.
So, I mean...
It's a whole thing. So it's really hard to dig deep, Lizzie, and feel like, well, this is...
And to trust that it's going somewhere good. So that's, I guess that's probably why it's a good idea to find a local charity or something that you see that would I guess maybe touch... What touches your heart? Is it children, dogs, cats, elderly people? And then search from there reputable...
charities.
Yeah, there you go, charities.
Yeah. See, I this holiday season, I gave to the sheriff's department. Okay,
Nice.
but what I did is I went and I got gift cards from a local restaurant, and went back and gave it. Here you go. And they went, "What are these for?" I said, "Just because."
And they're like, what?
Yeah,
What?
and like,
Why?
here, take them. And it's right around the bend from where the station is,
sure.
so you know they're going to get used.
Yeah.
But I mentioned that because you get a call, especially during the holidays. The people will call you. Would you like to give to the sheriff's department? Would you like to give to your police force? Give us this. Give us your credit card, and it will $50. And out of that, we'll keep $49.50 and send 50 cents to the police department. Yeah. I'd rather go right to the local, ones right in my neighborhood.
That's
there
a
you
good
go.
idea.
Yeah, I've got this one guy who calls, and it's the same guy, but every time it's breast cancer or it's the fireman's fund or whatever, but it's the same guy.
Yeah.
It's like okay, no.
Yeah.
But if I see that situation, or they're doing the boots or whatever for the firefighters on the side of the road,
Yeah, that's
those things. Heck yeah, I'm gonna dig in, and it's I know we do it to feel good, but a part of us does it because it's just right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I don't feel guilty that way. I do sometimes feel guilty when I tipped somebody $20 the other day for no particular reason. Like, why did I do that? But it made me feel good. And then I knew I was like, that's not.
Well, plus during the holidays and during this COVID stuff, we know these people have been reduced.
Oh yeah.
They could use the extra cash.
Man,
if I have it, boom, there you go. As long as they provide good service.
Again, very important. Hey, we're talking about altruism, the act of giving. Feel good, man. Wait, we're going to have to talk to Skip in a second. We'll be right back.
Rebecca's on too. How about that?
Hi, guys. It's Connections. We'll be right back. Careful now. Watch your face.
Yeah.
Connections is Relationship Radio.
My knowledgeableness is surpassed only by my proficiency in the area to which I am heretofore noting as that being of intelligence transformation.
What?
Listen to me, Junior. When I'm finished with you, you'll be the envy of all the idiots on your block.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Well, there are a lot of idiots on my block.
Let's start the show.
Okay, let's do that. Welcome back. We're talking about charity and giving and true giving, not expecting something in return. Let's see. Skip is listening to us from points northwest, as a matter of fact. He said he saw a guy the other day had a gallon of whiskey sitting on one of the islands in as you're driving down the highway, and he was begging. Yeah, it gives you a warm feeling. What'd you do, Skip? You already had a half-gallon of whiskey.
You got to do a shot with him?
No, I mean, where's the story going?
Yeah. He got,
I
he got tired typing.
Yeah, I don't give at the intersections and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've told, Brookie not to, because you roll your window down, then that's immediate access to your vehicle. And with being females, you just can't play anymore because there's too much meth out there and people are meth stupid. And so I'm not saying people in the corners are doing meth. I'm just saying I'm not going to open up to that chance of that happening. So that's why it's good to pick an organization that you know.
Right, something local, because and I think all of us have been burned a little here and there.
Big time.
Dug into your pocket for somebody who said they had this sad story and you believed it,
and then they go get in a Mercedes.
Right.
Not an exaggeration.
Yeah.
Like
No,
it's not.
Had her kids out there in dirty clothes, and then I watched her walk around and go get in a Mercedes, and I'm like, I'm just going to pray for you, and hopefully the money that you got will go to good things.
Yeah, there's some that there's a lady that brings her kids out onto the corner, and they sit there doing scratch offs the whole time while she's begging.
Well, Skip finished his story. He said he drove on by. But you've heard me talk about Skip before. He probably is one of the most altruistic people that I know. Really? I mean, and he's a heck of a clown on top of everything.
Yeah,
making
I know,
kids
he's
happy.
silly.
No, I mean, he actually dresses up with the makeup and everything.
As a clown.
Okay. And he goes out and does that as well. But he's one of these guys, he'll do anything for you, give the shirt off his back type of individual. Both him and Little Bit, his wife, are just both like that, just fantastic people. So
yeah. Now I try to be that way. And if I have a lot of stuff, I just comes right in and I regift. I'm a regifter.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
No, because I think I just gave somebody back their Starbucks card that they gave me for Christmas.
That might be
for
bad.
their birthday. Because I keep a stack of gift cards and I hand them out to people. Like perfect example, like Chick-fil-A. If there's someone behind me and they either look like they got a whole litter of children, and then I'll pass the gift card on to the cashier person to take back there. Or there was somebody that was being nice in line and let me get in the middle of traffic. Like they could have been like total the D's, but they weren't. And so I passed a gift card. So I ended up giving somebody back their gift card they gave me, and then I didn't realize till after I got home.
Did they have
and I
their
saw
name
them
on
open.
it?
No, it didn't have no name on it.
Oh, there you go. Well, how are they going to know?
No, it was an awkward amount. It was like $15 gift card that they gave me, and they don't make $15 gift cards.
Whoops.
Well, maybe you just felt you were returning the favor.
Bad.
So re-gifting.
So you just admitted it here. Nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
Oh yeah, they knew because
they
she
knew.
gave me that look like I appreciate it, but do you realize what you just did? And I'm like, no, it's rocket science.
Linda Ball's watching her. She says she usually has like peanut butter crackers or something in the truck, and she'll opt to give the food or a Gatorade out rather than money. I have tried and been told, keep your damn food. I only want the money.
I don't want that.
I was like, oh, okay.
When I used to be over in Daytona, there was a guy at the corner there by Krispy Kreme, and he would hold up a sign that says, I won't lie, I need a beer. And he was actually the dude that I would give a buck to.
At least you're honest. I've seen those. And that is. Honesty is it's fine. But yeah, she says, I'm picky about who I give my money to. MDA uses more than 75% for admins. Yeah, St. Jude, Shriners, those are the ones. United Way, the CEOs are making 3, 4, 6 figures.
Yep.
Yeah.
Red Cross, same way.
Mm-hmm. So it's not what it started out to be, Clara Bart's just roll.
Well, you look at that when you start getting, 7 and 8 figures donated to you on an annual basis.
You get greedy, huh?
Everybody looks at that pot and goes, well, look at that. Yeah.
So, Dr. Ken, I got a question. So how can you say that you're not the person that always gives just because you're worried about getting burnt? But now 2021, we had a crap year before. We are going to start giving. How do you get in the mode of giving and then not ending up being that other person with wanting the pat on the backs?
Well, that's a really, really good question, especially now because, a lot of people haven't been employed. A lot of people are just getting employed again, like yourself.
Yep.
And, you've got other priorities you have to take care of first. And as long as those are taken care of,
right.
And maybe you set a certain side, like when you go to church and you tithe.
Right.
10% of this, I'm going to do that. If you set a little bit aside, you say, I want to eventually do something with this so that it doesn't hurt you, then I think you're in a better place. doing it that way.
And how do you keep from falling into the, at first you're giving, and you're happy about giving, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, they said thank you, and it felt really good. So if somebody doesn't say, how do you
thank
keep
you's
from falling
fine.
into
But
that?
if you're doing it because, okay, somebody took a picture of me and posted it on social media, and I look really good, so I'm going to continue. I'm going to give more, so I get more pictures on social media. That's the reward. A thank you is just a thank you. That's okay. Completely acceptable.
Yeah, I encourage people. I'm like, please don't post anything I give you on
don't
Facebook.
do any of that.
Don't do that.
And I don't think you have to worry about that as long as you're doing it for what it is that's in your heart. Okay? And as long as if you find yourself doing it for external reward, then you might want to reevaluate.
Yeah, because then you're not doing it for the right reasons there, Lizzie. Here's an effective question you can basically ask yourself, and that's, how can you use your resources to help others the most?
And so what you're saying is it doesn't have to be monetary. So basically donating your time. Do you have an extra couple of, hours during the weekend to volunteer somewhere?
Sure.
Oh, that's a good one.
One of the best things I heard this past holiday season was from one of the kids and I call him kid, so I think he's almost 30. But almost 30. But he said you're my favorite mentor. I've learned so much from you.
Yeah, duh.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that to me him saying that to me caught me totally off guard, because I teach because
you like teaching
it's
people.
what I do. Yeah, I mean.
Plus, you don't have to go back and fix their mistakes.
I don't have to work so hard on the other side.
That was the first thing I learned whenever I interned with you. Was like, look, just do it this way. Stop trying to do it your way, because then I'm gonna have to go back and fix it. And I'm like, oh,
yeah. Well, no, but again, so what resources do you have that others can benefit from? Whether it's teaching, whether it's making baked goods. Oh gosh, I mean those people that come in with the cookies. Let me tell you what, they are appreciated. Yeah.
Just make sure you don't have any cats or dogs, and your house is clean. I've had people bring in furry cookies before.
Furry cookies.
Well, and that's a special kind of love.
There you go. Yeah, really yeah.
That's that extra love.
Yeah. When you do give,
those aren't sprinkles. That's cat litter.
Oh, Dr. Ken. What I was going to say, when you do give vary also, like I do a bunch of different spring cleanings all throughout the year.
Yeah.
And I'll take a bag to this place, and I'll take a bag of clothes to that place. I don't always go to the same. I like to vary the people that benefit from it.
Yeah.
When they do food drives, I love doing a food drive. Go through your cupboard and find stuff that it's been sitting there for a while, and just hand it off.
Yeah, and do your research. You can actually look up the charities on the website and see how much that they actually do give. How much do they collect? Give do they put out? Like Linda just said, 70% of MDA goes to admin.
Yeah,
that means 30%. No 30 cents of every dollar then.
And it's and something to throw out there is that if you're wanting to teach your kids how to give. Is that what I would do with my kids is that they would go through their bedroom and do toys for garbage, toys that are just gently used before Christmas, which I mean, you can do this anytime, then take it and I would make them go and give it to Goodwill or whatever. So
most definitely.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
Get the kids involved. And don't forget about our barbecue.
Do not forget about the barbecue. 22nd, 23rd, Lake County at the Gators, Harley Davidson.
Yep.
Woo woo. Thanks, boys. Thanks, firefighters, for what you do. And thank you all for listening. Dr. Ken.
All right. I love it.
You the man. Lizzie, you the woman.
Good night.
I'm Melissa. Later.
Fantastic.